McDavid. Moves in, McDavid goes upstairs! What a goal!
Hey guys, how's it going? It's Etanyos here. Welcome to episode number 35 of this NHL 20 Draft to Glory franchise mode. So, last episode, guys, first off, if you didn't see it, go click up in the top corner right here. It'll send you to a link of the entire playlist so you can watch whatever you've missed in this series so far. But anyways, last episode we did actually have a couple questions regarding this series and figuring out what we're going to be doing with it moving forward. So this is how the vote went. So I asked, what should we be doing with this series moving forward? I asked, should we keep it the same format for the next 11 seasons here? Should we do one season per episode, or should we just wrap it up, do a big finale, like some quick, like just season overviews, and that's it? And the vote was close, guys, but the winner of those three options came out on top as one season per episode. So that is what we're going to be doing moving forward here. So we'll have at least 11 more episodes of this series before we finally get into a new series on this channel. But that means there's going to be at least 45 episodes on this playlist, which is just awesome. Anyways, let's jump in to episode 35. So last episode, guys, we got bounced in the first round by the Montreal Canadiens. We completed the NHL Entry Draft, landed some decent prospects, but also messed up a couple that, were kind of stupid, to be honest. Anyways, I think we'll get into a couple comments here quickly just to start this off, because there were a lot of comments on here. So first one here comes from Charlie Haynes. He said, "To me, I honestly think you deserve 1 million subscribers for how good your content is." Thank you, Charlie. That just makes my day. Jared Sorhando said, "Is it just me or was that 2 videos in 2 hours?" Yes, I'm kind of mixed up my schedule, so that's why I uploaded an extra video that day to keep, the videos on track. J Sports Talk said, "I really think you got to keep this series around and going the way it is. It's personally my favorite series, and it is going great." I agree with you, Jay. And we're going to keep it for at least 11 more episodes. Next up here, we had, we had Nikita Nazarov, and he commented a whole bunch of stuff about how we didn't pick right. And yes, we should have taken Art Meyer. I agree on that. He also says, he said, "Yeah, the Bryce Anthony trade wasn't the greatest, but you had a deadly offense and you still have a deadly one. So therefore it doesn't make it that bitter." That, yeah, it was a little bitter that we got bounced, but honestly, we've won 3 cups in the last 4 seasons, so that's not too bad. He said, "Keep up the great work. Looking forward to more of this series. I really don't want it to finish that fast, but the voting says otherwise." Yes, the voting was actually going the way of the big finale right off the start, but that has kind of flipped around now, so that's good to see. And this series will stay on track for a little bit longer. Nikita Nazarov also said, "I thought it was almost a great draft for you, aside from about 3 picks. Like you said, it could have been a better draft, but what are you going to do? Also, you did get screwed in the playoffs like Tampa last year. I can relate to your frustration, but by losing to some wildcard teams, that's how the sim engine scoring goes sometimes. You won multiple cups in the franchise mode by 2034. So you've had a pretty successful career with Reading. I think if you are to sim to year 25, which is the last year in franchise mode, then I'm sure Reading team will win at least 2 more cups by the end of it all. If you're going to wrap this series up next episode, we are not, thank God, but I do believe that this team can win at least 2 more cups as well. Honestly, 5 cups would not be bad for this franchise mode. I think we could honestly even get more with the team that we have right now and the age that a lot of these guys are at. You look at how young the majority of our core is here. Guys like Hakana, even though, yes, you can argue that, or you should say that Ferguson is our number 1 defenseman, yes. But I don't know if he's going to last 11 more seasons. But guys like Pisani and Lashoff definitely will last another 11 more seasons. Lawton's going to be close. I think we'll see him retire before the end of this series. Same with, maybe not Muller, but we still have a young enough core here that I could definitely see this team contending right up until we end the series. We might have to go out and get 1 or 2 new pieces guys like Zerdev, like a backup goalie, maybe some depth guys because Nordquist and Sestito might retire as they're already 29. But really, this team is young enough that we're not going to have to go out and acquire a ton of more pieces. The only thing that we might do here in this offseason after we finish the contract re-signing phase is go out and trade for 1 or 2 picks. But I think we actually have a lot of decent picks already. So I'm going to get into this contract phase quickly. I'm going to cut it up in the editing, and it won't be like super long and detailed. I won't talk through all of it, but we do have a couple guys here we do need to re-sign, Omar Archer being the big name here. We have $9.7 million. Petr Musil, I talked to you guys about him last episode. He's not signing. Davis Hickey, we could offer a deal to, honestly. I think that he is probably worth a 2-year contract there, even though he is 30 already. Yuka Alto, I would agree with as well for deserving a contract. He wants more than $1 million for 2 years, so we're going to just offer him a 1-year deal. John Lewis has said no to a contract, and he wants $5.8 million, so that's unfortunate. We won't be able to sign him back. Jonas Burgundy, there we can sign. You know what? I think we're going to sign Aino Valin as well, just because he's a good young prospect here. He gets $1 million on his entry level. That's insane. Let's sign Markstrom, as he's going to be cheap, and same with Lebda. Actually, wait, does Lebda? Yeah, he does want a deal. Okay, I was like, if Lebda doesn't want a deal, we don't have to offer him one. We actually have a lot of guys expiring, my goodness. The other thing I've noticed that's a bit of an issue with our AHL system is that a lot of the defensemen just do not fit properly into the team. Like, Bear Pritchett, there's another guy that could potentially still make our team in the future. He's a 20-year-old two-way forward, scored over 100 points in the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League this year. So there's a guy to watch. We're gonna toss him up high on the lines in junior in the AHL this upcoming year. But let's see, who else do we got here? You know what, I am actually going to sign a whole bunch of these young guys, even if they are a little bit pricey on their entry-level contracts. I'm okay with that. And Dubilowicz and Jenks we have to sign at 20 years old as well. But Lee, I'm not exactly keen on. Let's see who else. Rensfeld we should probably sign as well. And then Albelin, nope. All right, we've offered too many contracts here at this point. So what we're going to do is we're going to, for the goaltending anyways, we're going to buy out Kudrok just because we have too many young goalies coming up here. So what we're going to do instead is we're going to give Afanasenkov a contract here, even if he doesn't play. Same with Mui, and then we might trade him for a pick or something like that. I don't want to, but we just have so many freaking goalies that you're going to have to at some point here. I think Urkamps and Walls are going to take over the bottom pairing on our team here, and Musil is... We're going to qualify him, but I'm really hoping we get like a sheet offer back for him or something like that. And then, you know what? O'Donnell, and I'm not exactly keen on these guys because they didn't fit our system well. See, he was pinch and shoot. Actually, you know what? Riley Ray we can sign, but O'Donnell I'm going to release. Okay? So that's what we're going to do for those two guys. I offered a whole bunch of contracts there on defense. John Lewis, unfortunately, will be leaving us here. Dylan Spencer, see, how has he done over the last couple of years? He hasn't been great. He came out of Saskatchewan. No, that's Saskatoon. He came out of Saskatoon looking real promising for where we drafted him, which was 141st overall, but hasn't exactly lit it up in the AHL, unfortunately. So that's too bad, but we'll offer him one. I don't think he's going to sign it, to be completely honest. And then guys like Pivko we're going to release. Guys like John Lewis we're going to release just to clear up roster space more than anything. Lee I'm releasing because we're not signing. And what about left wingers? Do we have anybody rejecting us really? Not really. Albelin we can send away. He's not signing here. And then we have Archer, who is a big question mark really here. How many contracts did I... Honestly, I think guys like Muir and Who else is in here? Sonnenberg's already 23 as a top 9 forward. I don't know if he's ever going to make the NHL, unfortunately. So the guys who have the best chance of making the NHL right now would either be Hossa, Burgundy, or Holmstrom. Honestly, is looking pretty decent still. If he can jump up like 2 or 3 ratings, have a good season this year. I mean, he had 55 points last year in the AHL, so he might make the NHL still. Erskine's is a question mark for me for sure. And then, yeah, I don't think we're going to sign... Actually, we'll qualify Sonnenberg, but that's it. I get the feeling somebody else may actually go after him still. And then let's get to this Omar Archer deal, because this is a big question mark in our team still. As if he does not sign with our team, then we will be looking to... well, let's see. He wants $7.8 million for the next 4 years, but he doesn't want to re-sign with us. So can we do a 1-year deal on him so he's still an RFA, offer him $8 million and see what he thinks about that? We'll try that. I don't think Archer's going to sign with us just because we pissed him off with the low-end contract shot there. Like, we lowballed him and he got mad. So okay, Jerome Theriot signs. That's good because he's our head coach. Lundmark, our AHL head coach, doesn't sign, so that's all right, because we can just wait and then go out, line up our whole team. Okay, so we can't get Jacobs because of full roster. Burgundy resigns, Jank signs, Hickey resigns, Spencer resigns, Muir resigns, Riley Ray resigns, Bear Pritchett joins our team. So yeah, Archer wants to test the free agent market. That's not great. Yuka Alto says there's too many players in his position. Markstrom signs. Rensfeld signs. Forster can't sign due to full roster. Fedosenkov can't sign due to full roster. Muir signs. Valen signs. Okay, so we got some things to do here still. So Archer's getting qualified. I'm kind of like, I'm upset. I'm upset that he's wanting to leave our team, because obviously he's a 5th overall pick. Look at his size, guys. He's 6'5", 236 pounds. That's just sad that he's going to be possibly calling it quits here in Reading. You don't like to see it, but it happens, and there's not much you can really do about it. But since we have this extra money, Yuka Alto, we can offer him the maximum for 1 year. I'm hoping he signs, but he might not. Jesper Olesen dropped down to medium top 9, but that's all right if he keeps playing well. All right, let's see who else. I don't think we're going to sign too many other guys here, honestly. Like Forrester, yeah, he's 68 rated, 20 years old, but that's average. Like Leonardo Jacobs actually looks really nice, put up 61 points as a defenseman. Like, I would love to go out and sign him. How many points did Bjorn Forrester put up? Because he was a pretty average pick. Yeah, he was a 2nd rounder. Jeez, what about Jacobs? He was a 6th round. Okay, you know what? 61 points as a defensive defenseman is going to get you a contract over a guy like Forrester. So I think we might not sign Forrester here. And then goalies too. That was the other thing. Fedosenkov. We're gonna offer the contract too. All right, so we're gonna advance one more day, see what happens here. And all right, we're gonna add a whole bunch of scouts signing, but I don't understand why Leonardo Jacobs can't sign right now. So everybody's rejecting right now, and that's due to full roster mainly. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to buy out Yuka Alto because he's not signing with us anyways. So we're going to reject him there. And then I don't understand here. Okay, let's go to all expiring. Do I have to buy out Sonnenberg too? I don't really want to, but we might just have to, unfortunately, here. Okay, we're going to buy him out. Actually, I can't. Can I? I can't release him. Shoot. Jacobs should be able to sign now. I don't know why he wouldn't. And then for goalies, we just have a Fedosenkov, who I want to sign because he's a 6'3" Russian goalie who probably will become a beast in the future. And you could argue, yes, we have enough goaltending. I don't know, man. Like, I always want to just grow my prospects, get them into the team, see what happens. So Jacobs declines again due to full roster. The roster's not full. I don't understand why this is happening still. We have 3 spots. I guess we have 3 expiring deals. Right? Yeah, we do. Shoot. So I do want to sign a 22-year-old Leonardo Jacobs, but it's not going to happen, unfortunately, and that's kind of sad because he's a prospect, right? So anyways, we're going to sim to free agency because this is just becoming a pain in the ass, and we're going to see what happens here with Archer and Musil. And okay, Sonnenberg does re-sign though, so that's all right. So we are going to need a new AHL head coach here moving forward, but that's good because then that means we can kind of breed our team or our system to fit whatever position we need in the NHL. Omar Archer, obviously the big question mark, the big name that's possibly leaving our team here. Donovan Boyce is up to an 87 overall. Bro, like, even if we lose Archer, we still have a +3 lineup here because we're going to have Boyce, Sokolov, and I want to say, what's his name? Kozlov. Oh my god, Kozlov jumped right back up. Let's go. I mean, yeah, when you put up an 80-point season, you're going to be doing just fine for your overall, so. All right. It wouldn't be the worst thing ever if Archer did leave our team, because we do have other guys that we can sub in and give chances to, right? So, obviously, I think what the most obvious option would be here is that if Archer doesn't sign, then we move Kozlov to more of a power forward, even though he's only 6'1". But that's not a problem. And then what we would do then is Sokolov become a left wing sniper. Kozlov would give an extra chemistry boost to that second line, and it might even hit a +5. And like, honestly, the team's not in bad shape at all. I think we really have a great group of guys here, and I think that they're going to be able to continue to win. So let's see what happens in free agency. It's going to be a big question mark, obviously, with Archer, but let's see. So I don't think we need a whole lot in this team still. Wow, Giguère is a franchise player. He was a 2nd overall pick. 2026. Wait, hold on. Who was drafted first in 2026? Was that Lashoff? No freaking way. 2026. No, 2026 was Durocher. So this guy went before Marc Durocher, and he was able to hit a franchise potential in LA. I mean, yeah, when you put up 620 points in 652 games, yeah, you're going to be a pretty highly touted player. Looks like not a lot of teams are really interested in Archer, to be honest, so I think we can still go out and sign him, but I don't know if I exactly want to at this point because he kind of just kept rejecting us, turning us down for the free agent market. It's like, fine, go out and test your free agency, see who actually wants you. There's a couple goalies in here that are requesting high money, but obviously Jared Mackey, a name we recognize. We won a cup with him, and he's a very good goalie, but I would say that we're probably not going to try to sign too many players here. We'll go 1 contract offer to Omar Archer. And if that doesn't go through, then he's not signing with our team probably. So all right, so what we're going to do, yeah, we're just going to offer Archer this contract. He wants 4 years at $8 million. We're going to offer him 1 year at $8 million because otherwise he's not getting a deal. So the whole reason I'm doing the 1 year thing is because I just want to see what happens with him if he actually signs or not. Pritchett for Stutzel, I don't think so. Pritchett's obviously much younger, so let's see what's going to happen here with Omar Archer. And All right, we get a big sheet offer from the Canadiens. We would get a first, second, and third round pick from them. They offered him $9.6 million for 4 years. We could match the offer. I don't want to, because I get the feeling Petr Musil is going to jump back in our team for $6 million for like 4 years or something like that. And we're going to be sitting there like, we didn't offer him that. We just qualified him for a sheet offer. So I'm going to say remind me in 6 days, see what happens. And honestly, I think that's really going to be it for this free agency phase. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to take the compensation. I know we could match the offer, but I don't want to offer Archer $9.6 million for a player who's barely going to fit in our team and honestly doesn't make us that much better at this point, simply because we have enough two-way forwards and players that play his exact same position and style. So it's a sad day, but it's all right. All right, so they want to see what we're going to do with Musil. Honestly, if no one's going to sign him, I think he might just be sitting, to be honest. We qualified him as an RFA. He's not worth $6 million. So we might end up trying to trade him, honestly. I'm actually going to toss him on the trade block and see if anybody is interested, because I quite honestly don't want him anymore. Just the way that he dealt with our team and the way that he's requesting so much money, it's like someone else can have him. I don't need him in my team. I have better defensemen that fit the system better and are just overall going to have better potential, be better defensemen in general. So yeah, I just don't see a real reason to actually go out and try to pursue him. Uljevic I might toss up there too, just for some value. So I get the feeling we might get a bunch of trade offers here from Musil here pretty quick. And let's see what happens. Okay, so 97% of the tickets sold heading into the next season. Let's check out the team. So guys, this is honestly one of the only things I really like about owner mode being on, is that it shows you the expectations. Yes, they want us to win a President's Trophy. I want us to win a President's Trophy too. We need to do this at some point. All right, guys, so this is how the lineup is currently looking for our team. I think, honestly, we could go out and potentially sign, Petr Musil again, just to help out the team overall, because the chemistry is down a little bit on the second or on the third pairing, just because, you know, these guys don't quite click with the system fit there, as you can see. So, you know, it could be better, obviously, but it's not that bad. So what I think we might do here, we might make Urkamp's an offensive defenseman, but really, is that the smartest option? Maybe not, because his defense is better than a lot of his puck skills and stuff like that. So
take a nappy nap.
honestly, guys, the other idea I have been thinking of is potentially making Amir Ferguson a offensive defenseman, just because you look at his points and what he's been able to achieve in his career so far, and it's like, if we make him offensive, I get the feeling he'll score more than 85 points, and that's been his record so far. I mean, 713 points in almost 1,000 games is obviously fantastic, but for a number one overall pick with this size, ability, and overall, it's like, I kind of want him to score a bit more. So we're gonna do a couple quick position changes. Besides that, let's see, we got Lawton, Kozlov, and Ferguson as the captains, rightfully so. Besides that, who's new in this team? Hosa's number 59. You know what? Nah, we're gonna make him number 81. We're gonna make Marian Hossa number 81 because why not? Besides that, Burgundy's number 89. We could actually use one more defensive sub in this team, possibly. So I think we'll definitely be looking to move some players around as far as that goes. All right, so we are going to hit edit player nice and quickly on a couple of these guys. So the main one I think we're doing here, this is the big one, and I think it's going to make a big difference on how the team plays, is Amir Ferguson. We're going to change him to an offensive defenseman. We're going to see what kind of points he can put up, as obviously he's just a massive player, but if he becomes, okay, not an enforcer, that's going to kill the chemistry, but no, if he becomes offensive or more offensively minded, we'll see just how good he can score, because I think that's going to be a huge thing on this team, is if he can score lots of points, that's going to make this team even better. The other thing, let's see, what was the other one? Urkamp's I'm thinking of making offensive, but I think what we're actually going to go out and do is instead we're going to try and sign Petter Musel back to the team, and then we'll send down, what's his name? Probably Burgundy or maybe Hossa. Depends on who's the worst player in here, really. Probably, yeah, Hossa's unfortunately medium bottom 6 now, so probably Hossa. That would be my assumption. But yeah, if we go in here to this team, go in the system, Urkamp's is 8, or not Urkamp's, Musel's 84 rated, but he wants so much money on his contract. Like, he's not a $10 million defenseman. I hate to say it, but he's not. So we can sign him for 1 year, see how good he turns out to be. And obviously we're going to clear up a roster spot for him or two here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to roster moves, and I think we're going to send down Marian Hossa just because he is the lowest rated player here. So yeah, we're going to send him down just to make sure we have an extra defenseman available. And then you have Burgundy and Dowd as well for subs, so that's good. But I got to get some scouting done here quickly. So apart from the coaches, this team is completely ready to go, and we're going to get into the 2034/35 season here. So I just want to show you guys how good our team's looking here heading into the next season. And there you go, 98 offense, 95 defense, and 90 goaltending is probably the best in the league. I don't think we're going to see too many teams that are better than that throughout this entire season. So guys, to end off the 2034/35 season, the Royals blow it out of the water. They become the best team in NHL history in a single regular season. 70 wins. 70. I've never had a team win 70 on a sim before. Holy shit. And Cooper Pisani sets a new record for our team scoring as well. But I think the real crazy stat here is hiding in the player scoring here. So here we go, boys. 114 points for Amir Ferguson. 114. Jesus, man, Jesus. I think we saw Davidson put up 114 in my other series there, but he's like a strictly offensive defenseman. He's undersized. That's all he does is offense. This guy was plus 60 with 114 points. He scored 45 goals as a defenseman. He's going to be up there in the regular season scoring for goal scoring. Jamie Lawton scores 116, gets 64 goals to lead our team. Kozlov had 52, so that's pretty insane. 80 assists from Lashoff is also crazy, but 117 assists from Cooper Pisani definitely blows it out of the water. How many wins did our goalies get? Oh yeah, just 62 wins. That's a new regular season record. That is, again, it has to be. There's no way Brodeur won 62 in a season. Single season record, guys. 48. 48. Leo Muller blows it out of the water. Holy shit. Forgive me for cursing, guys. I don't mean to, but 62 wins as a goalie is on another level. That's a whole nother level. We had a bottom pairing defenseman scoring 63 points. 63, Petr Musil. Oh my goodness, he's actually, he might actually be worth more money than we think. But that's also all points, right? That's not like defensive play and how well he shuts down other teams and stuff like that. Cooper Pisani doesn't even win the scoring title. Are you kidding me? Scott Douglas is going to win the scoring title? Get out of here, man. You're a Toronto winger. Like, and he's 34 years... He's a two-way forward and he scored 127 points. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me right now? Yes, Toronto had a very nice top line. Campoli, Robertson, and Douglas. Yes, they had a great job or great season there. Our defensemen. Okay, can we just take a minute to appreciate how many players are Reading drafted players here? Like, come on. Oh my goodness, what a year this has been. 75 for St. Denis is probably... Oh, no, Campoli scored 80 goals. 80 goals. Also, let's just take a minute here to realize that... that as a defenseman, Amir Ferguson's sitting right beside Trevor Lashoff in goal scoring. That's insane. Anybody else I reckon? Bryce Anthony scores 56 goals. Obviously, he's just a sick player as well. Melikar, he's getting up there. There's a lot of guys getting up there. Like Brad Lambert's 31 now. He's 31. That's insane. But yeah, wow, what a season that was. If we go to defensemen, I don't think it's even close. Yeah, it's not even close. Luke Hughes, yeah, okay. Luke Hughes scores 86 points. That's pretty damn good for a defenseman. But then Amir Ferguson scores 40 goals and also has almost 70 assists to go with that. Jeez. Pierce Bannister put up 63 points. Okay, that's decent. Brant Clark was obviously insane for Edmonton as he put up 65. But man, Petr Musil's right there. And for the amount of money we were paying him compared to a guy like Brant Clark, yeah, I'd say Musil's probably more worth the money. Anyways, for goalies, there's no question here. There's just absolutely no question. 62 wins is a regular season record and definitely one of Leo Muller's best years ever. He's got 266 wins in just 378 games, but I mean, he didn't really start playing until he was probably at least 23, I want to say. When did we toss him into the team? That's what I am interested in right now, is how long has Muller been playing in the NHL? We traded him away, all right? So we had him as a backup in... Where did he start as backup? In 28/29, so right here. He started as a backup, only played 11 games there, only won 4 games. Next season he was much better as he won 15 out of 33, and then we shipped him off to Nashville where Nashville didn't have a good season. We brought him back the next year. He put up 40 wins, and then he's just been absolutely consistent ever since. Hasn't put up any less than 36 wins. So yeah, if you can get a guaranteed 36 wins out of a goalie every year, you're probably going to make the playoffs as long as your backup can kind of perform. For rookies, Garrett McInnes. Oh yeah, right. He was that franchise winger. He's a playmaker. Put up 55 points to start off his NHL career, so that's pretty insane. We won't get to see him finish his career probably. That would be my assumption as we're already, we're 15 seasons in now. So yeah, Cooper Pisani obviously with over 100 assists again is just crazy. He's got to be well over a point per game now. There's no way he's not. He should be. And I mean, so should... I know Lashoff is. I'm not so sure about Lawton at the moment. But yeah, 640 points in 557 games. And he's only scored 6... He is averaging an assist per game, guys. Per game. All the goals are just additions to that. Jeez. And then Lashoff's obviously very well rounded. What about Lawton? That's my question, is how is Jamie Lawton doing on points per game? Oh wow, he's well over as well. I mean, 400-point seasons in a row. Bro, this team is so nice. wins. 70 wins. Oh, I feel bad for the teams in our division who had to play us all the time. Philly just got absolutely crushed, as they're probably going to win another lottery or something like that. It wasn't even close. It was not even close. We got 86% of our points. I don't know if we're ever going to see that again. 80% of your points is insane. But anything above that is on another level. So who finished bottom of the league here? Flames had 32 points. They only won 11 games. Oh my goodness. We have the Canadiens pick. Did they make the playoffs? No, they did not. They had 92 points though, so they were not a bad team by any means. They tossed Omar. Hey, they have Keith Medano too. That's another one of our players. But yeah, I feel like Fast is as well. I don't know why, but I feel like he is. Anyway, so that's the pick we have. Very low chance to win a lottery, but you never know. And anyways, we're going to get into the playoffs now. We're going to kind of go quicker through this, but 141 points in the regular season. And finally, a President's Trophy. Let's go. We actually stand a chance of, winning the playoffs here yet again. Bro, I have to say, the amount of times Cooper Pisani is going to get snubbed for like a Hart or an Art Ross, it's going to be an Art Ross, I think, isn't it? That's what the award's called for top scoring, right? It's the Art Ross. Yeah, the amount of times that he's going to get snubbed on an Art Ross here. Because Nicholas is going to, or not Nicholas, whatever the Toronto guy's name is, he's going to win it again here. Or not again, but over Pisani because he scored more goals. But the same thing happened with Ferganov, where he had the same amount of points as Ferganov, but Ferganov scored 75 goals. Meanwhile, he had 110 assists or whatever. And he loses it on goals, which is too bad because, Cooper Pisani is easily a top 5 player in the league. There's no question about that. And with the points he's putting up, it's just crazy. Like, he's undersized, yes. Who cares? Who cares when you can pass the puck that well? Like, I mean, yes, we are putting him with some absolutely lethal wingers, but, man, he hasn't put up under 100 points in the last 4 seasons. That's insane. He's put up 100-plus assists in 3 out of the last 4 seasons. He's insane. He's on a whole nother level when it comes to passing the puck. Like, nobody passes the puck like Cooper Pisani, man. It's insane. You think, you watch right now in real life, yes, McDavid passes the puck extremely well, but he can shoot too, and he goes to his shot a lot. Pisani is like a playmaking god. He's a god when it comes to playmaking. He's got that same style of passing as Gretzky probably at this point. Anyways, let's get into the playoffs. It's funny because we take our revenge on Montreal, really. We obviously win the President's Trophy. Somehow we didn't sell out 41 home ice games, which is surprising and kind of absurd. But anyways, we got the Devils first round. So honestly, we're not gonna spend as much time on each playoff series here, as we're not breaking them up into separate episodes. We're doing one season per episode. So we're just gonna start advancing days here and see how we do. But obviously 70 wins, we're not expecting to get bounced from the playoffs anytime soon. All right, here's another crazy stat for you guys. The last 5 seasons in a row, we have finished in the top 5 of the league every single year in regular season standings. So that's insane. Anyways, let's get into round 1 of the playoffs here. So starting off here against New Jersey, we take a 4-0 win in game 1. That's pretty solid. Game 2, we lose 2-1. That's not great on home ice. All right, heading to New Jersey for game 3. That is a 6-0 win. Dominance, boys. Dominance. All right. And game number 4 here, we lose 4-2 again. New Jersey's giving us trouble, bro. Are you like, really? Really? It's New Jersey, bro. It's New Jersey. Let's take a look at New Jersey. Like, yes, they got Jack Hughes. Sure. Cool. He's not Cooper Pisani. He's not Trevor Lashoff. He's not anybody near the level of our team. Like, come on, bro. Yes, they got depth in the forward group. Cool. Where's the defense? I ain't seeing it. And yeah, the goaltending is very questionable too. Is Simons? No, he is New Jersey drafted. Okay. Bro, I swear to God, if we lose another game to this team, I'm not going to be happy. Anyways, game number 5 here. We win 4-2. Okay, we have a chance to knock out New Jersey in 6. Are we going to do it? And no, we don't. You have got to be kidding me. We're going to 7 with the Jersey Devils. Like, what? NHL, fix your sim engine, man. This team just won 70 regular season games. There's no reason why we 6 goals on New Jersey. Thank you. Thank you, okay? Come on, man. Really? That's what we had to go to. 7 games with the New Jersey Devils. So, heading into the second round here, looks like Toronto, Columbus, and, well, we'll see on Pittsburgh or Carolina here. What happens with that? And we got Carolina. All right. So, let's take a look at Carolina, see how good they are, as they're probably going to be a good team. They had a couple 100-point scores, didn't they? What was Popovich, 100 points? Yeah, he was. I'm certain Barinka scored 100, and I think Dylan Owen scored 100 too. Yeah, he did. Jeez, he's had a crazy good career. When was he drafted? 2023. Wow. Yeah, they got good offense. Defense, not so much. But Houtanen, yeah. Houtenan's a good goalie. I think he's won a Vezina or 2. So, I expect to lose a couple games to Carolina, but let's see what happens here. So, game number 1. We win 3-2. Okay, good. Game number 2 on home ice. Lose 3-1. I love it. Come on, boys. It's got to be better. Game 3. We win 3-1. All right, we're still in it. Come on, boys. Game number 4. We lose 1-0. Why can't we score on this Carolina team, man? They got 1 goalie. Come on. Light them up. All right, game 5. We win 2-1. My goodness, this is way too close. All right, game 6. Knock them out, boys. Knock them out. And we do. Thank God. Okay. Looks like LA, Vegas, Winnipeg, and Nashville. Okay. And then we're playing Columbus for sure. Oh, I didn't want to hit edit lines. I wanted to hit advanced day. This team's looking nice, though. All right. Who's moving on? Who is moving on? And I'm not looking at that right now. All right, we got Nashville and LA, and then Columbus and Reading. All right. All right, so we're going to take on the Blue Jackets now. Let's check them out. And actually, there's only 4 teams left. So let's check out these 4 remaining teams. So we got Columbus, obviously. The first team we're going to be taking on. And, oh, yeah, they got Durocher. I forgot we traded him there. But he obviously made a difference, didn't he? They also got Perfetti. They got a couple really good players in here. Mason Mink, that's one of our old guys. Anybody else here? Keith Medano, another Reading player. He's a grinder, though. And then, yeah, their goaltending and defense just isn't quite good enough. I think we'll beat them still. And then we got LA. Damn, that's a nice top 6. And decent defense, not great, but it's pretty decent. And then Wisniewski's pretty decent, but not insane. And then what about Nashville? No defense in Nashville, but I believe they have goaltending instead. Lazarev, 111th overall. Brett Harrison's turned out for them. Costin, Higgins they got as well. He's nice. Boschman's decent. Why are they playing Peltier with... I mean, I guess if it works, right? Those guys each had over 100 points as well, probably. Yeah, over 100. Shane Wright's had an absolutely fantastic career for a 4th overall pick. But then as far as goaltending goes, yeah, Kapitanov is the man there. Obviously a Reading product, and they're not playing Tommy Jarvis. That's interesting. They should be. They're not. How old is Jarvis? He's 24. He's like the same age as Lashoff, or he's right in there somewhere. Anyways, let's take on the Columbus Blue Jackets here. Game 1 is a win. All right, 3-1. That's huge on home ice. Game 2, We win 7-4. All right, we got a stranglehold on them after home ice. Looks like LA and Nashville go to a 1-1 split. Game 3 in Columbus, we win 4-2, and we are 1 win away from the Stanley Cup Finals. Nashville gets in there too. They're up 2-1. Do we take Columbus in 4? Yes, we do. That is a sweep, boys. All right. So at least 2 more games remaining in this Columbus or LA and Nashville series. LA goes up 3-2. Are they going to beat them in 6? Yes, they do. All right, so we got the LA Kings. You saw their team. They got a decent forward group, but the defense and goaltending just isn't quite there when you match it up against ours, to be honest. Another interesting fact, guys. Beating Columbus there, that is the second time that we've ever met them in the conference finals. They were the first team that we beat in the conference finals 3 seasons ago to win our first ever Stanley Cup. But let's see what happens here. Can we claim 4 cups in 5 seasons? So, against the LA Kings, you saw their team. They're a good team. But game 1, we win 3-2 in overtime. That's tight. All right. Game 2, again on home ice, we win 4-3 in overtime. All right. Game 4 in LA, we lose 3-2 in overtime. These are 1-goal contests. My goodness. 24 assists for Pisani and no goals in the playoffs still. All right. Game 4, sorry. Can we beat them and take a 1-1 split back to Reading? Yes, we can. We beat them 4-3. Every single game has gone to overtime. This is a bit of an exhausting series. My goodness. All right. So we have the chance to knock them out. Let's see if we can win a Stanley Cup again. Game 1, or period 1, we're up 2-0 as Pisani gets his first goal of the playoffs, and Kozlov also converts on the power play. We outshoot him 11-9. Second period, it's a 2-1 game. I'm going to jump in and play this final period just to give you guys a little bit of gameplay in this episode. Let's see if we can win our 4th ever Stanley Cup. All right, here we go. 1 period away from the cup. All we got to do is not give up a goal. Oh, what a hit that was. Here we go. Alexander Sokolov tried to make the spin move. Oh my goodness, is that? Yeah, I thought that was a charge. I was like, if that's not a charge, we got a problem. Anyways, power play here, boys. Let's convert on it, give ourselves a little bit more breathing room, and see what we can do. Good turnover, Hickey. Let's go. Davis Hickey drops the Nordquist, and Wisniewski makes that look a little too easy, I have to say. We are only 5 minutes away from the Stanley Cup now, though. 5 minutes, boys. And that'll be 4 in 5 years. Face-off is 1. Ferguson tees one up and picks it like the offensive defenseman he is. What a goal. Gives us the lead. We're bringing home the cup, Redden. Don't worry, we are. And Raymond's got 2 on his back. It should be 3, and it's about to be number 4, actually, as that is a great shot by Ferguson. Low blocker, no chance for the goalie. It's just a cannon, honestly. I don't know if it was off the post and in, but it was pretty close. So yeah, Amir showing why he is the leader. He has got the C on his jersey. He's going to get to lift another Lord Stanley here. All right, we are down to the final 10. Let's go, boys. 4 out of 5 years. The Royals are Stanley Cup champions. We have not changed this team much. The only guy we brought in was Alexander Sokolov. The only guy we sent out was Omar Archer. That's been the only change over these 5 years, really. Well, Donovan Boyce we did bring in, too. He's been pretty darn good. But since we got Hakana and a couple guys like that, this team has really taken off in the right direction. Sorry, LA. I know you would have liked to get your 3rd, maybe 4th. That's 3 for sure for LA, though, if they win that. Yeah, that would have been number 3 for LA. But 4-time Stanley Cup champs. These boys are a dynasty. And honestly, that completes the best season ever here. It simply is. We just win the playoffs in, well, what? We beat them in 5, right? So we only lost 6 games on the road to the Cup. That's crazy. What a series it was, though. I love how many guys on our team have, like, gray hair and stuff like that already, even though they're only, like, 25. Trevor Lashoff wins his first ever Conn Smythe, I believe, as... Yeah, it's been Lawton, Ferguson, and Kozlov before, so we haven't had the same Conn Smythe winner 2 years in a row. That's awesome. Let's go, boys. Anyways, Ferguson, gonna get to lift the cup here. Beauty. So these boys are all hyped. Obviously, this was a absolutely fantastic year. 70 wins, and then tack on another. That's an 86-win season for the Royals. That's crazy. That is just absolutely insane. 2035 is going to prove to be one of the best years for a single club ever in hockey, as the Royals pull off the Stanley Cup championship, as well as win the President's Trophy with 70 wins on the season. Davis Hickey gets to lift his first ever Stanley Cup at, how old is he? He's got to be like 28. 30 years old, Davis Hickey will get his first ever Stanley Cup in the Reading system. That is awesome. Who else? Nordquist, been obviously a crucial part of this team. He's been so good depth-wise, man. I know we took him like 7th overall, but for a huge 6'5", two-way forward, he's like literally the perfect playoff center that you need for your depth. And yeah, the Reading fans love it, man. And last but not least, we've got the 62-win man, Leo Muller. Enjoy this moment, buddy. You deserve it. Let's go, boys. Let's go. So there you guys have it. Your 2035 Stanley Cup champions, the Reading Royals. So what an absolutely fantastic year that was. We are going to get to the draft here still too, but yeah, this has been absolutely fantastic. All right, so let's see what happens here as the lottery is about to take place. The Charlotte Checkers are your Calder Cup champions. All right, we got 91% of our tickets sold. Nice. And here comes the lottery, boys. Florida wins the franchise player. We stay at number 15 with Montreal's pick. That's all right. Calgary moves down 1. Anaheim moves down 2. The Rangers move up from 6 to 3, so that's lucky for them. But yeah, that's the lottery. All right, so for retiring players here, guys, we have got Sam Reinhart, Clayton Keller, Dylan Larkin. Those are huge names, my goodness. Sam Reinhart scores the most points out of all those guys. I guess he would have had a bunch of 100-point seasons then. No, he didn't. He did. He did in Buffalo. Don't worry. Jack Eichel was helping him out there for sure. But big careers again, boys. Kyler Yamamoto calls it quits at 36. He was good enough to keep playing, probably. Lots of big names in here. Jesse Puljujarvi, another ex-Oiler. He did not have a bad career by any means. 800 NHL points is still good. Evan Bouchard in there too. Lots of big names. What about the goalies? And we see Carter Hart calls it quits. 501 wins for the man. Absolutely fantastic career. Wow. Fitzpatrick got over 100. Demko got 364. Leo Muller's up to 91, sorry. That's insane. Zerdev's 82 there. Honestly, it might not be the worst decision to bring in a guy like Torsten Oman. Let him grow. That might actually be a smart decision at this point. Even if it does make the team a little weaker, then we can bring in a guy like Afanasankov to play backup or something like that. And obviously we have Dinger and Uljevic too. We got 3 players here to watch in Breet Cruz, Rensfeldt, and Pritchett, as those guys might be able to make the NHL at some point in their careers. And then obviously this team is just looking absolutely fantastic. Oh my goodness, Donovan Boyce. Oh, that's going to be a big contract. Shoot. But still, 92 rated for the 7th overall pick. He's going to have an absolutely fantastic career in the NHL as he moves forward here with the Reading Royals. I'm really looking forward to seeing what he can bring to the table as our second line center. All right, guys, so we are going to get into the NHL Entry Draft now. This episode will be a little bit longer than the majority of the rest of the episodes just because of the format that we've done it here, where we actually had to get through a whole re-signing phase first because I didn't do it the episode before. Anyways, let's get into this entry draft and kind of just bang it out quickly to end off this episode before we hit the re-sign phase. Florida wants to trade that pick. That is interesting for a franchise winger. I wouldn't be trading it if I was that man. Like, come on, this is the best player they're maybe ever going to get in their franchise history, in Jacques Blouin. And that's just, that would be unwise to trade it, in my opinion. Anyways, we're going to sim over to pick number 15, and everything's looking good so far. My goodness, there's a couple nice players in here. Maroon I was looking at to potentially pick up, but he goes a little bit earlier there than our pick was at. Burrow drops quite a ways there because he was a center, but Philly lands him, so that's good for Philly. Only 78 rated there for Blouin. Interesting. Yeah, honestly, it's not the strongest draft ever, but it looks like it's got a lot of depth. So the guy I'm looking to take here is probably going to be Jaden Chow, just because he's a 2-year ETA and looks real nice. No, he just looks really good. So I'm going to take the risk on him. We're going to see how he turns out. And that'll be our first pick of the draft, as he is a 76 rated right wing power forward. Not bad. Shepard was a real nice defenseman too, guys. Honestly, that pick kind of looks bad now. I'm going to sim over to pick 32, call a timeout, and just take a look at what went down here in this first round, because there was some pretty nice pieces here available by the looks of it. I guess Shepard was the only pick there really available that was actually nice. Bootland was good, but you know what? I'm happy with Chow. He's still a decent pick for sure. But man, Maroon is nice for a 10th overall pick. Like, damn. Okay, guys, I got a whole bunch of players pinned, and I'm going to just kind of judge it as we go here because really I'm not entirely sure who we're taking with a bunch of these picks. So for the first pick, we're going to go way the hell off the board, even though, yes, there is a guy that looks like he's medium elite in New and Dyke. I'm not taking a 4-year ETA. That's just a little bit too long in my opinion. And yeah, really a lot of these guys probably aren't even worth selecting. I'm looking more at the ETA, so we're looking at a guy like either Kovalchuk or Gallagher, and I'm thinking Kovalchuk, honestly. Terrence Kovalchuk looks nice. Worst case scenario, he's a medium top 9 versus Gallagher. Probably going to be a guaranteed medium top 6, maybe even medium top 4, but when you look at the overall ratings here, Gallagher looks like the better pick, to be honest. So I think we're going to take him over Kovalchuk, and Kovalchuk we'll see. We're not going to get him because our next pick's at number 47. So I'm going to take Adrian Gallagher right now. We're going to see how he turns out, and he is a 70 rated medium top 4 defenseman. That's a nice pick for number 32 for sure. Really, I'm actually quite happy with that pick there with Gallagher. Let's see how good Kovalchuk is. And yeah, he was okay. He's a medium top 6. 76 rated 2-way forward, not 2-way defenseman. But really, he was the best pick so far out of this entire round. So too bad we were one pick off there. Maybe we should have waited, and then we could have maybe we should have taken him and then gone with Gallagher later or something. Andrew McCammon, they're saying we should take, and we have another McCammon in our team already. So brothers, maybe? I don't know, but the guy I'm looking more at here would be this Guiliano. Yeah, Guiliano or Tuomas Matanen here. I think we're going to take Matanen. Actually, I don't know. I don't know who we're going to take. Guiliano looks nice, but we already drafted a power forward. I honestly might go with McCammon just to take the risk on the brothers here, because if we get brothers, that would be pretty awesome. Have Javon and Andrew, that would be awesome. So let's see. I'm going to take Andrew McCammon, and he is a medium top 9. 63 rated playmaker, so he's not terrible, but might crack our NHL lineup eventually. So who knows? McCammon might turn out for us still, and then we got the last pick of the second round here. Calvert was nice. Lockhart was nice. Matanen was nice. Jeez, there's a lot of decent picks in here. So that was a pretty good second round overall, I'd say. I mean, I'm not upset with McCammon because obviously we're taking a risk on potentially getting a brotherly pair in there, but really, I'm not upset with that pick by any means. Next up, we're going to take this guy, Blake Galina, potential 2-year ETA and low elite. I assume he's going to be a low top 4 or even low top 6 defenseman, but you never know, right? Sometimes they do turn out, and he does for... does he ever turn out for us? That is a nice pick. Blake Galina, going to be a very nice player. Even though he is 19 already, at 65 rated, he is still a very nice selection there at the end of the second round. See, that is a guy that I can believe, or that I believe can make our team in the future for sure. So over to pick 79 now. Norinen, another elite goalie. That's a lot of elite goalies we've seen go so far. Dillman was a nice pick too. Medium top 4 potential is a little more guaranteed, I guess. But next up, we're going to take this guy in Dave Steos. 3-year ETA at pick number 85 is always good. And I think we kind of have to take him, honestly, because you look through here. Oh, that guy's a 2-year ETA as a goalie. You know what? We haven't actually taken a keeper yet. But really, I don't want to take a ton of risk here. I'd rather... Steos is probably more guaranteed, but you know what? I don't want to pick goalies because we have so many of them already, right? That's the reason why I'm hesitant here. And I mean, 2-year ETA is nice. Yes, that's guaranteed. He's going to be at least like 65 rated probably, but you know what? Let's send it on a goalie. We haven't picked one yet. Cody Silvestri is a 72 rated starter, so that's pretty decent, but we'll see if that was worth Dave Steos or not, as he will get picked by another team. Honestly, he played pretty well where he was playing there in the USA. He won 33 games, or he got 33 wins in 65 games, so that's pretty good. But over to pick 96 now, so the end of round 3. And Vatanen was an elite grinder. Heikkinen was an elite 2-way defenseman. Doesn't look like Steos was worth the pick. Yeah, no, not really. I'm kind of glad we actually picked who we did. Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's some elites, but they're really low end and probably will never make the NHL. Jorge Buch, we're not taking, or George, whatever you want to say. I'd say Jorge, but that's also because I've been to Spain, if you can't tell by the big Spanish flag in the background there. Anyways, next up, we are going to take... This is tough. I think I wanted to go with Rodin, but... Trying to remember actually who exactly I wanted to pick here. This is a little more than just partially winging it. We're totally winging it here. You know, we could take Trenton Ripinen. Honestly, he actually looks pretty good too, so you know what? Send it, man. We pick goalies all the time, but I think he's going to be a good one still. And 2 goalies in the third round proved to be a good 72 rated starter and a 55 rated fringe. I got to stop picking goalies, man. They don't always pay off. So yeah, Ripien wasn't such a great pick. I'm sure we'll see. Yeah, Renault would have been better. Forrest would have been better. Vermette would have been better. Yeesh. Even Haas would have been better. Ooh. Medium elite and Kaupen in there. Again, man, there's a lot of guys that would have been better picks. So that kind of sucks. We've taken 2 wingers, 2 goalies, and 2 defensemen so far in this draft. So, you know, I don't really want to take another goalie. I think the guy I'm going to go with here, he's probably going to be a sniper. So we're going to take Reese Sidhu, or Sidhu, I think, over Bradley Dietz, or Dietz. I think it's Dietz, but we're going to take Reese Sidhu and see how he turns out. And he is a Drum roll, please. Medium bottom 6 sniper. Yikes. So, it's hard to always win in the draft, obviously. Like, that was a pretty bad pick. And we've definitely seen some better ones, and there will be better ones that we could have taken here for players. But Mullen would have been nice. This was a pretty weak round. Okay, there's one pick in there that we could have taken that would have been better. But next up, we're going to be jumping off the board still because of who I'm trying to select here. And see, we could take Diets. I don't really want to. I think who we're going to be taking... I hit the wrong button. No, the guy we're going to be taking instead is probably going to be this center here in Colin Gibbons. I'm hoping he actually turns out because the low franchise means that he's going to be at least a low top 6. I'm hoping he's a low elite, and we'll see if that actually proves true or not. So Colin Gibbons, first center of the draft, we're taking in round 5 here at the very end of round 5. And he is nice. Oh, that's actually a really nice pick. I know he is 19 already, but man, that's the second year in a row we've snagged a real nice playmaker in one of the later rounds that's a low elite. I like that pick in Gibbons, man. That is a very nice pick. One of the better ones we've made here. So let's just pay attention to the names here quickly. And Rantanen's nice. That was it. Yikes. Okay. See, we could take Diets or however you say it, and or Olmark, but those aren't really the guys I want to go with. I want to go with Astley here just because he's a defenseman. Defensemen are more likely to actually turn out here. So yeah, we're going to take Jacob Astley, even though he is 20 years old already. Let's see how he turns out. And he is a medium 7th. Yikes. And then for our final pick, we have the very last pick of this entire draft. And we get to see everything that we missed here. And there was not a lot of options, my goodness. Mark would have been way better. Should have taken him. Oh well, Dietz was not great. Chicago picks him. Alright, and for our final pick, we could take Hutton. We could take Butsayev. There's a couple of guys we could take, but not very many guys I want to take. I think, you know what? Let's send Colin Krog. See if he turns out. I doubt he will, but you never know. And he is a low bottom 6 playmaking center. Nice. So, I mean, overall as a draft, that was actually pretty good. Chow and Gallagher were both great picks there in the first round. McCammon was all right. Galena was really nice. Silvestri was actually a good pick, too. I was surprised at how good he turned out. Rypien and Sidhu were not good, but then Gibbons was obviously the steal of the draft at pick number 160 there. So we're hoping that he will eventually turn out for our team and grow properly and do everything like that. But, yeah, that was a pretty decent draft overall. I'm pretty happy with it. We get at least, what did we get? We got at least 5 or 6 good prospects out of that draft still. All right, so we got Donovan Boyce as well as Tuukka Viitanen expiring as far as RFA deals go. Donovan Boyce going to be the big deal here as he wants $13 million for the next 8 years. That's a lot of money. Let's see, Musil's up to an 87. Oh my god. Oh my god. Bro, this team is so nice. Why doesn't Sestito want to play anymore? Oh. That means Nordquist is there too, but he dropped off. I'll sign Nordquist for $2.3 million for the next 5 years. I will. Olesen, I want him playing. I'll sign him for whatever he wants, but he's not going to sign. Oh my, Nielsen. My defense isn't worth this much. I know it's good, but like $10.7 million, hey? $10.7 million. Yikes. $9.2 million for a top 4 defenseman? That's not great. I can offer him that. That's the best offer he gets, though. I do want Zerdev, but how much money is he requesting? Oh, wow. That's actually worth it. I will definitely offer him a 2-year deal for that. Vitanen, I don't want, unfortunately. Dinger, I'm going to go for. Then we'll have these 2 goalies running the OHL most likely, unless somebody had a crazy amount of wins, which was Vitanen. We'll offer him the deal, and if he signs it, he might actually be starter, or he might be a backup to our starter this season. I can't believe how much money Petr Musil wanted. That was insane. Chubasov's up to a 87 rated as well. Yikes, bro. What is this team? This is looking crazy. This is like, I've never seen anything quite like this before as far as our team goes. Let's see. Clancy is probably worth re-signing. Same with Riley Ray. And then Eriksson too. We'll sign all those guys. And then, Fast is worth signing too. I should have signed him over Eriksson. That's my bad. Wild we're not signing. And Petr Musil we're not signing. He can go wherever he wants because he obviously just had a fantastic year there. So for right wingers, we got Jalen Dowd, we got Lenglet, we've got... I know Valen could probably jump up into the team, honestly. Sokolov's obviously quite nice too. How much does Dowd want? I think we could get him at 1.5. I really think we could. Then Lenglet we could probably re-sign here too for 2 years. None of those guys are really worth signing except for Perron's 22 already. And at only 62 overall, we're not signing him. Okay, left wingers is where things start to get a little more interesting and difficult because we got an 8. How much money does he want for 8 years? Bro, I will sign that right now. Right now. 4.7 million times 85%. I think I put 47. 4.7 times 85. 3.995. Bro, if we could get him on $4 million, Lasse Pentikainen's going to become the next, what's our guy's name? He's legitimately going to become the next Stanislav Kozlov with how good his contract is. Like, you look at Kozlov here, he's $4.5 million for as long as we can see. Like, that's insane. All right, for other left wingers, see, we offered Olesen a contract. He's going to reject us probably. But Picard and Almquist are probably worth signing. I will give those guys deals. And that seems to be it for the left wing. And then the centers become very dicey. So, yeah. See, I understand why Sestito doesn't want to sign with us. He's obviously a very good player. He put up 45 points. But him and Nordquist have stuck together their entire career here, won 4 cups together. And it's like, Dallas, why wouldn't you want to stay with us, man? Like, I can't give him money because I need to give a guy like Donovan Boyce money instead. He wants $13.3 million. And at the rule of 85, he's still an $11.3 million contract, which is insane. He's stupid expensive, but he's super good. It would be that much money. I think we could get him for 11.5, honestly, but that's still just a lot of money. So Let's see. Besides that, we'll give Holmstrom a contract because he's definitely worth it and might actually end up playing depth minutes in the NHL here this upcoming season. We're going to give Marian Hossa a contract too, even though he's kind of garbage at this point. Besides that, man, I don't think we're signing a whole lot of guys. I want Dubielewicz, yeah, I want him too, but I don't know where he's going to slot into this team exactly. So we're gonna sim ahead a day. I should have just hit X, because if I hit advance a day when I'm in the contracts, then I can see who signs right away. So let's click all expiring, then let's advance a day and see who actually signs here. All right, Quincy Lenglet re-signed, multiple changes for re-signing. That's all good as well. So let's see what happens here. Looks like, well, obviously we got to get through the scouts. Oleson's going to need more money. Holmstrom signs. Fast can't sign due to full roster. Almquist signs. Nielsen signs a 9.2. That's really good. Riley Ray signs. So Zerdev's rejecting us. That's all right, because Viitanen can come in and play backup. Picard can't sign due to full roster. Craig Clancy signs. Lenglet signs. Dinger can't sign due to full roster. Jalen Dowd wants more money. Thomas Nordquist resigns. Eriksson can't sign due to full roster. Pentakainen rejected. All right, so he's going to want a bit more money, but that's still, he's going to be cheap. Donovan Boyce rejects. All right, so let's see what we got here still. Pentakainen and Boyce are the two big names. We only have 14 million bucks left. That's not good, because the two guys I want to sign are RFAs, and everybody else I'm not so worried about. Okay, so we're going to go like this. We're going to release Zerdev. I know that's not great, but that's what we have to do. For defense, I think we're going to release Musil. He's done here. He's played out his time. He's won a couple cups. Good for him. Go play somewhere else. I know that sounds kind of harsh, but that's the sad truth here. Jalen Dowd probably isn't worth the money, unfortunately. Olason, I'm going to offer $3 million to, because he's a UFA. Erskines and Sonnenberg, I will offer contracts to as well. $1 million each. And man, Boyce is the guy we have to sign. And he wants $12 million. Like, we have no cap space to do that. And that's a problem, because Donovan Boyce is an absolutely awesome player. But the contract just lined up at the wrong time with how good a season he had. And it's like, oh, Jesus. I'm going to try 8 years at 11.75 and really hope that he signs that, because we are going to be screwed if he doesn't. Okay, advance a day. And, all right, Sonnenberg re-signed. Oleson's probably not going to re-sign. Kalle Fath signs. Sonnenberg signs. Dinger signs. Erskine signs. Boyce rejects. We're going to have to offer him like $12 million, which is just too much, but he is one of our top players, to be fair. Pentakainen's going to be how much money? Okay, wait, where can we clear up cap space on players once we get to free agency? Jamie Lawton's going to be damn expensive. We offered too much for Nielsen. That was the biggest problem there, I think. So Maybe Matthias Nielsen becomes a trade piece. I don't want him to be, but he might be. We are really going to have to dig deep into our team here and hope that players grow and don't request a ton of money. Because you look at our defense here and it's been better. It's not the worst case scenario, honestly. Like, it could be a lot worse still, but okay, we're going to let Jesper Olsson go, even though he's a great piece here. We're going to let him go to bring in a guy like Picard instead. And then we're going to offer Pentakainen 8 years at $4.5 million. See if he will sign that. And then at center, we are going to qualify Donovan Boyce until he gets his head straight and stops requesting $13 million. I don't know why I keep leaving this. Anyways, let's advance a day here. What's going to happen? Looks like Lasse Pentakainen does sign the $5.5 million. Picard also joins. So, yeah, we're going to go to free agency now. We have $11.3 million available. He wants 13, which is absolutely insane. Yes, sure, Donovan, you had a great season. I will give that to you. You were able to put up 83 points in just 73 games. But that hasn't proved anything yet. You got to do it for more than one season, okay? I know we won the cup. He's got to be a 2-time champion because he's been on this team since when? Yeah, he won a cup in his rookie year, and he's won 2 cups in his first 3 seasons. So that's why he's requesting so much damn money. It's because he thinks, oh, I am the reason why we're winning. You're a reason, but you're not the particular reason yet. Okay, let's send him to free agency. Donovan Boyce is going to probably get an offer from another team here, and we're going to freak the hell out and have to trade someone away, which isn't how I want to play this. Get Boyce off my trading block. Are you kidding me? You kidding me right now? Anyways, at 91 overall, he's definitely worth signing, but yeah, this is a slightly dicey situation that we're dealing with right now. It's not exactly where I want to be, and if I had saved $2 million on a guy like Nielsen, we'd be just fine right now, but that obviously didn't happen, so it's too bad, but it is what it is, and we got to move forward here and try to make the right moves all the time, so the guy we're watching here especially is Etanyos because he's going to probably be in the NHL this upcoming year. And he will be our backup. So, anyways, here we go. We got to get this contract signed ASAP. Got $11.3 million. He wants 11.8. That is the reason why we didn't go out and try to sign Petr Musil. Who's he going to be going to? Florida Panthers. Okay. Atu Ratty also on there. No team's interested in him currently, but obviously we are probably the only team interested right now in Donovan Boyce. We are going to offer him for 8 years. We're going to offer him an $11 million contract, and if he actually we'll go 11. We'll offer him an $11 million deal. That's an $88 million contract for 3 seasons in the league. Like, it's not like he was a number 1 overall pick or anything. He was number 7 overall. And, yeah, man, I don't know. I don't know if that's how things should work here. Anyways, let's advance a couple more days. Hope that nobody freaking tries to tender or offer sheet him. And let's see what happens. So, Okay, so he rejects it. He wants more money, of course. That's being a little selfish, Donovan. If you want our team to win, you'll offer us less. And of course, Edmonton. Of course Edmonton's in there. Of course the Oilers are in there. What a bunch of... Oh. Can we go 2 years at 11.35? I hope he signs that, but this ain't great, man. This is not great. The other thing I was interested in is, where is Connor McDavid at this point? Is he still in the Oilers system? Because I am wondering if he's ever going to retire here. He's still 86 rated at 38 years old. How many points has he scored? He just had a 90-point campaign at 38 years old still. Oh my God. Oh my goodness gracious. Wow. Just what a career. $1,900 points in 1,500 games. I don't know how much longer he's going to last, but you know, these are my favorite players, guys. You have to remember that too, right? So these guys, like him and is Draisaitl retired? I guess he did. Yeah, that was like 2 or 3 seasons ago. But yeah, jeez. Anyways, we're gonna advance a couple more days. Edmonton's gonna sheet offer Boyce here, which is gonna be a pain in the ass. And here we go. Yep. They offer him a $13.3 million contract for the next 7 years. 4 first-round picks from Edmonton. You know, it might be worth it, but it isn't to me because Donovan Boyce, yeah, you're an unloyal asshole, honestly. But now we get to find a trade. He's not terrible compared to how much we just paid Nielsen. But I don't think that we're going to be able to pull this off properly. Because they've got... Oh, no, they have cap space. Okay. I don't want to send Nielsen away, but we have to. We just don't have a choice here when it comes to Donovan Boyce being a much better player. We have to send him away, unfortunately. Okay, we're going to try this deal here. So we're going to go Matthias Nielsen in exchange for Harkin and Colorado's next 2 first-round picks. I think that's worth it, but we'll see if it goes through. It does not, so we can trade away a second rounder of ours to make this deal go through. And there you go. All right. So we go out and get Brandon Harkins. Controversial deal, but it will be worth it when we get to match Donovan Boyce, obviously. So the only other guy I'd want to go out and sign, because we have the cap space to do so now. Actually, maybe not. But the other guy I'm interested in still would be Dallas Sestito. He's $4 million, man. He's $4 million. Really? Shit. Okay, we're going to advance a day or two here. We're going to match this $13 million deal for Donovan Boyce. I'm sure Dallas Sestito is gone by now, but we are going to match it. $13.3 million. It's too much money for a forward. It is. But he's back in Redden. I don't think a lot of people really like him after what he did there, but what can you do? Joey Yakimowicz expects $5 million as a 37-year-old. He hasn't even scored that much in his career. Actually, yeah, he has. He scored 600 points. That's pretty good still. Anyways, that was yikes. Anyways, we do complete that. We're going to get to the next season now, see how the team shapes up, and it's definitely weaker. I am not. You better contribute on the ice because we just paid $13 million for you. If you don't contribute, we'll send you away for Omar Archer. Like, what else can I say at this point? That was just disgraceful to our franchise. I'm not impressed that he didn't sign. So, nope. 97% of our tickets sold. Let's see how this team shapes up to head into the next season. So we need to win the Stanley Cup, our home opener, get 29 road wins, and win at least 6 playoff games. So this is the team we're dealing with now. Obviously, Alexander Sokolov's going to become ridiculously expensive here over the next season or two. But the lineup's still pretty well intact. I like how it looks. Lebda moves up out of the minors there to become one of our bottom 6 forwards. We got this crazy defense still. I mean, it's not as good now that what's his name left. Now that we had to trade away Nielsen, that's his name. And the goaltending, Ullman's 80 graded. Let's go. That's actually sick. Because as a backup goalie, he's going to be able to get a taste of winning here with Stanley Cups. And yeah, that's good. That's a good thing. All right. I know Valen is a third liner. Okay. Holmstrom can play up and down the lineup, and Hosa's actually the best on the second line. Okay. So anyways, guys, that's going to be wrapping it up for this episode. Obviously, this was a pretty crazy one-season episode here, as lots of things went our way. A couple things didn't, but, the lineup's still intact. The lineup's looking like it could definitely win still. It's going to be questionable how many wins we can get this upcoming season. I don't think we're going to be able to put another 70 up on the board, but, with the lineup we have, you could have one last hurrah at it here, because obviously this will be one of either Sokolov or Lawton's last seasons here with the team, probably. And then besides that, who knows how things are going to work out. We do have options as far as this team goes, but it's still a lot of question marks in my opinion. Any chance we could go Harkins with, you know what? That would probably be smarter. If you go Ferguson with Harkins, because then they're right and left, and then you go Chubasov with that makes more sense, but I don't know if we'll continue it like that. Anyways, that is going to be wrapping it up. If you guys are happy this series is continuing and actually enjoyed this episode, then please make sure you go down below and leave a like on the video. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you're new, right here in this corner somewhere, you guys can go and subscribe. Also, make sure you leave comments and feel free to turn on notifications. But that's going to be it for me. This is Etanyos signing out, and see you.